are worthless. You are helpless. You are a good for nothing. Nothing good will come out of you. I spend a lot of time to make sure that all motivation and energy is out of you before you wake up in the morning. And I ensure that I affect every single part of your relationship with people, including your parents, your friends, your co-workers, and everyone around you. If you're lucky, you will encounter me personally, because worldwide, I affect about 35 million people every year. Earlier this year in Ghana, I killed a few people. I am depression. Hi, my name is FREDA, and I am a depression survivor. A few years ago, I received a few text messages from 3 different friends, and they were all talking about the same thing. They were going through depression, but they weren't sure how to deal with it. As to why they were reaching out to me, I wasn't sure. A few years before that, I had gone through my own depression episode, and I had written about it, but I was a bit ashamed to post it or even to tell people about it, because what will people think about me? How will people look at me after posting such a taboo thing? So after reading the text messages from these friends, I actually went ahead and posted my note, which I had written maybe 3 months prior. Within 48 hours, I had received lots and lots of emails, WhatsApps, text messages. It was a lot. Depression is real. And so many of us go through it, sometimes without even knowing it. In Ghana, there's not a lot of research into depression, and therefore there's not a lot of awareness about it, and also the fact that people, it's something that people stigmatize. It comes with stigmatization. People, it's not something that we look, lightly upon. We're more likely to look compassionate over someone with malaria than to look at someone with depression. But back to the emails and the information I received while I posted my depression story. What I realized was depression is no respecter of people, and it doesn't discriminate against race, sex, nothing. I received messages from students, I received messages from married couples, I received messages from people who were over the age of 70, men, women, people from all walks of life. My message to you today, however, is that depression is real, and in Ghana, we need to make it a serious issue. It's something that we need to create awareness about, and something that we need to start really researching into and treating people with depression just like any other disease, because it is real and it exists. Earlier this year, I went to a conference, and I met 2 different people, a man and a woman, and I was talking to them at different times during the conference, and they had both read my article, so when they realized I was going to be at the conference, they felt the need to talk to me at different points during the conference. And basically, the gist of their stories to me was, thank you for your story. It felt like it was my own story. Thank you so much. This, that, all that. After talking to both of them, I realized that they're married couples. They're married to each other, but none of them know that the other person is depressed. That's a really sad realization. But I also don't blame them, because the husband felt like the wife would never understand if he were to try and explain to him that as an African man that he was depressed. God forbid. The woman, on the other side, felt like his husband did not believe in depression. Every time you talk about being sad, anything extreme, he talks about praying about it and going to church, and God will take it from there. So we have this assumption about depression and the fact that we're too strong, it's just something for the West. It's white people who get depressed, not Africans, definitely not. And so it's something that we don't talk about, and because of that, people dealing with depression are left to suffer in silence. Hopefully, by the time you get out of here today, you are challenged to actually not only do more research into what this topic is about, but also create awareness and understand what this is so that you can be a support to someone that is going through depression or mental health in general. If you're here today and you're depressed or going through depression, I want to encourage you, you are not alone. The best part about it is that I've been there, I've done that, and look at me. I'm doing just fine. What I need you to do is to seek professional help. And I talk about professional help because you can't just go around talking to people, because there are certain people that won't even take you serious. I've had people laugh at me and tell me to just go get a beer and sleep over it. And then I've had so many people to tell me to go to church and pray about it. So you have to make sure you're talking to the right person. But the good news is that there is help. There is help. You do not have to suffer in silence. I want an Africa where we're free to talk about anything, any kind of illness, mental illness, including depression, malaria, anything at all, but also feel comfortable talking about these kind of issues without feeling like we're judged or stigmatized or that it's something that doesn't affect us. As many of you may know, earlier this year, a lot of students died, and there were a lot of talks all over social media about what they should have done or what they shouldn't have done. And as I sat there going through all those social media postings, it actually made me really sad, because as I read what friends and family, including parents, were saying prior to when one of these students died, I automatically thought, wow, this person was deeply depressed, and people actually thought she was joking, or people thought she just didn't want to take her exam, or people thought she was just rich. All sorts of reasons, but the right reasons. So as you leave here today, I want you to go and learn more about depression and mental health in general. And don't keep that knowledge to yourself. Seek out the factors, the symptoms that people with depression and mental health exhibit. And then when you see someone, when you have friends and family, when you notice that somebody is exhibiting these symptoms, point them to the right direction. And for most people, it's just about just sitting down and listening to them. Really, it's all about listening and not judging, which most of us are pretty good at. We judge a lot, and we're very quick to make certain conclusions. So I entreat you to your small bit to contribute to the Africa we all want. Do your research, learn about mental health and depression. Be a support to someone who needs it. And if you're here and depressed, like I said, you're not alone. You're not alone. Seek professional help. Talk to someone. Repeat after me. Talk to someone. Again, I am a survivor of depression, and I'm doing great, and I'm a real testimony that you can make it. And I'm Ghanaian. I'm a full-blown Ghanaian. So again, I'm a testimony. I'm not ashamed of it. But you need to talk to someone. And if you're sitting here, you know someone, please reach out, because being depressed is not an easy place to be, and I wouldn't really wish it on my enemy either. And we all know we don't like our enemies. Let's make Africa the Africa we want by doing our little bits to really make it a great place to be for people with mental health in general, but also depression. Thank you.